fight isn't over. The fight is just beginning.
What's going on, guys? This is Carl with the Racerred channel. Today I forgot my boots. I have no boots, just shoes. This is probably a good place to forget them though. Shouldn't be doing anything too crazy. There's not a lot of rock here. Okay, so yeah, helmet, boots, goggles, those are the essentials. But not for me, apparently. And we're doing a beginner ride, taking the wife out on a trail ride, so she is out here tearing it up on the Honda CRF 125F. I was working on that thing yesterday. I tore the carburetor apart, cleaned out the pilot jet, put it back together. It was still struggling, wouldn't hardly run. And it did improve with the pilot jet, but not a ton. And so I ended up cleaning the air filter because the air filter was not looking so hot, and that's what it ended up being. We'll turn around right here. So the little Honda's running pretty good, but it does need a bigger pilot jet. I cleaned it out, and oh geez. Yeah, I've been shooting some guns lately. I've been taking the guns out. I've got a 22 LR, which is a really good training tool because 22 LR ammunition is really cheap. So you can take that out and shoot it all day long for a fraction of the cost of other rounds. And then to get used to the other rounds too, you can run a magazine through with those. But you know, for the most part, I like to keep the cost down. Also, for rifle rounds, we use like 7.62 by 3.9, the AK-47 rounds. Those are really inexpensive because they're such a mass-produced round. But yeah, I've been shooting for a long time. I haven't shot in like 6 years, and I recently got invited to go out shooting, and it kind of reignited the fire. I want to get back into it quite a bit. It's a lot of fun, and it's something that's fairly normal in the United States. It's not uncommon to see guns on people's hips here in Idaho, especially. It'd probably be weird in New York because I think it's illegal in New York. But yeah, here in Idaho, it's fairly normal to carry a gun around on your hip. I don't like to have the perception that I have power of some sort, and that's why I like to conceal carry. That way I don't have it out in the open, and your conversations will be different, your interactions will be different, just everything's different if people don't know that you're carrying. But I think it's what makes America awesome, is the ability to carry firearms. It's a pretty good way to put your finger on the pulse of freedom, is to see which firearms are allowed. Because tyrannical government won't want you to have firearms. What cracks me up is the Constitution clearly states that you should have a strong militia and have the right to bear arms, and it means like military arms. But we here in America, we have allowed our Supreme Court to say things like a bump fire stock, which is just the stock, the thing that hits your shoulder when you're shooting. That is illegal to have if it's designed a certain way. It's also illegal to have full control over your firearm by using a front handle in certain situations. But there are parts of a firearm that are now illegal it's super bizarre to see little bits and pieces of a firearm slowly get dismantled. And I think that we should have fully automatic firearms available to the public. And freedom was never meant to be safe. If you want safety, freedom is not the way. Yeah, growing up I was taught gun safety, and we had to take that very seriously. And you were just taught to never point it at people. It was just, all the safety rules were taken very seriously. That way you didn't have an accident, because most deaths in the United States are from unloaded firearms, because people don't know that there's a chambered round. They think they're unloaded and they're not. And also, the most deaths in the United States occur from a round that people don't respect, which is the .22 LR. The .22 long rifle round is the round that causes the most death in the United States, because people, it's just a widely used round, cheap to shoot, and it's not respected because it's viewed as a little varmint round. I enjoy guns for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is that they are works of art. So the first gun I ever shot was a 1022 Ruger. It's a .22 LR. And I was taught that that was a deadly gun, which it is. And I just learned a lot of respect for it. The first handgun I ever shot was a .357 Magnum revolver. And that thing was way too much for me at that age. It like kicked over my head and I almost dropped the gun. It was super dangerous to shoot it at the age that I shot it. Definitely did a lot of shooting growing up. Then for work, I did a lot of shooting, and guns were always just part of my culture quite a bit. But you didn't.
But I did me feel better. He wasn't watching me going.
Alright guys, I just wanted to give some of my Patreon supporters a shout out. I really appreciate them. Yucky Don't Eat is my newest one. Daniel Roush, Brian Thomason, Mike Slater, Jason Froling, Jim Jolson Jr., Lance Darnell, Wade James, Kurt Kinghorn, Jared Bauer. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys have helped a huge amount for my channel to grow and to keep making content, and you are appreciated.